They say life begins at 60, but I say it begins again. In the golden stillness of the countryside, where the breeze rustles leaves and memories hang in the air like sunbeams, something remarkable is happening. You won't see it on the covers of fashion magazines or in the spotlight of New York runways. You'll find it on porches, in gardens, and at farmers' markets. It's not about luxury or trends. It's not about youth. It's about freedom. A woman, strong, seasoned, and beautiful in a way the world forgot how to describe, steps out wearing something that feels like an old friend. It sways when she walks. It breathes with her. It's playful, nostalgic, simple, and yet elegant. It's a polka dot pleated off-shoulder dress, and it might just be the most powerful fashion statement a woman over 60 can make. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to rediscover something timeless. Not just a piece of clothing, but a way of being. A way of dressing that honors who you've been, who you are, and who you're still becoming. Whether you're a fashion lover, a rural dreamer, or simply a woman who wants to feel like herself again. This is your space, and this is your style. Let's begin with a simple truth. Style does not retire, it evolves. For many women over 60, fashion becomes less about trends and more about truth. You no longer dress to impress anyone. You dress to express who you are. That's exactly where this dress shines. With soft pleats and playful polka dots, it's neither flashy nor forgettable. It carries the spirit of decades past. The innocence of Sunday dances, the joy of childhood picnics, the poise of mid-century glamour. But it does so with fresh breath and modern grace. The off-shoulder cut is not a cry for attention. It's a whisper. My shoulders are still elegant. My story is still unfolding. The ruffled hem doesn't beg for praise. It sways with confidence when you walk to the garden, when you bend to pick herbs, when you greet the neighbor at the gate. This dress does not shout, it smiles. When was the last time a dress made you remember who you were? Maybe it reminded you of the floral skirts you wore in the 70s. Or maybe it looks like the one your mother wore in black and white photos, smiling beside your father with wind in her hair. The polka dot print is more than a pattern. It's a cultural icon. From Marilyn Monroe to Christian Dior's runway shows to your own Sunday best. Polka dots have never truly gone out of style. They are playful without being childish, whimsical without being silly. For women over 60, they say, I've seen the world, I've lived through it, and I still know how to twirl. There's a reason this style resonates so deeply in rural life. Out here, life is practical. It's purposeful. A dress that doesn't let you move freely, that clings and chafes in summer heat, that demands dry cleaning after every use. That's not country, but this polka dot pleated dress, it works with you. Lightweight cotton or chiffon breathes in warm sun. The off-shoulder cut lets the breeze kiss your skin. The hem doesn't drag, and the ruffles dance as you move. You can garden in it, shop in it, read in it, bake in it. You can even nap in it if you like. And yet, the moment you need to step out to meet a friend, it transforms into something effortlessly graceful. That's what we call everyday elegance. In cities, style can often mean discomfort, tight waistbands, high heels, stiff jackets. But country style, real style, must be lived in. The polka dot dress embraces the rustic. You pair it with canvas shoes or ankle boots. You toss on a straw hat or a knitted bag, and suddenly, you don't need a runway because you are the moment. Let's say this loud and proud. Wrinkles are not flaws. Gray hair is not failure, and age is not invisibility. The most radiant beauty comes from within. It's in the eyes that have cried and laughed, in the hands that have held and built, in the heart that has weathered storms and still wears joy like perfume. The polka dot pleated dress doesn't hide age, it honors it. It says, I am still soft, I am still strong, I am still me. In every village, every small town, every quiet corner of America, there is a woman with a story worth hearing, and often she tells it not with words, but with what she wears. Let me tell you about Evelyn. She lives in the foothills of North Carolina, just past a winding gravel road where the mail arrives a little late and the sunsets last forever. Evelyn is 67, a retired school teacher, a widow, a lover of daffodils, quilting, and banana pudding. But more than anything, Evelyn is a woman who never gave up on feeling beautiful. She told me, I wore the same house dresses for years. Safe colors, no patterns, just what was easy. Then one day, I saw a woman at the market. She must have been 80, wearing a navy polka dot dress, off-shoulder, with little ruffles, and she was radiant. I went home, looked at my closet, and decided it was time I dressed for joy, not just function. Now, Evelyn owns 4 versions of the same dress in different colors. She wears them when she tends her tomatoes, when she goes to church, and when her grandchildren visit on weekends. She told me she's never felt more like herself. Then there's Maria from Western Texas, 72, a former cattle rancher's wife, fierce and funny. She said, I don't care if people think I'm too old to show my shoulders. They've hauled hay, held babies, and hugged my husband every day for 50 years. If anyone deserves to be seen, it's these shoulders. There are hundreds of women like them, women who've discovered that fashion doesn't end with age. It begins again, with intention. In the next part, we'll explore how to wear this dress across all seasons, how to layer it, accessorize it, and make it uniquely your own. Because this is more than a style, it's a state of being. If this made you smile, remember this is your time, not to disappear, not to fade, but to stand tall in a dress that moves with you, that whispers your history, and dances with your future. Subscribe for more stories and more style for women who are truly living. Let's talk about the seasons, because fashion, just like life, moves in cycles. And when you find a piece that carries you through each one, that's when you know you found something special. In spring, the air softens, the gardens wake up, and color returns to the world. A polka dot dress in pale pastels or crisp white fits perfectly into this picture. Lightweight fabric floats gently in the breeze. Pair it with a denim jacket and canvas sneakers, and you're ready for anything. A walk to the flower stand, a family brunch on the porch, or simply sitting under the dogwood tree with a cup of coffee and a good book. Then comes summer. Hot, golden, buzzing with life. This is where the dress truly comes alive. Off-shoulder, breathable, freeing. You don't want anything clinging or stiff. This dress gives your skin space to breathe while still wrapping you in soft femininity. Add a wide straw hat, some leather sandals, and maybe a light pendant necklace, and you've created something effortless, but unforgettable. When autumn arrives, and the days grow crisp, and the leaves turn amber and rust, don't pack the dress away. This is when layering becomes your best friend. Picture this, the same polka dot dress, now paired with thick leggings, a chunky cardigan in burnt orange or olive green, and ankle boots, maybe a wool beret for flair. Suddenly, you're not dressing for summer anymore, but you've held on to the charm of that dress and brought it into a new chapter. And yes, even winter has room for this dress. Layer it with tights, a long-line coat, and a scarf. The polka dots peek out like a secret, a reminder that even in cold seasons, your style stays warm. That femininity doesn't take a break. That color and grace belong in every season of your life. Let's take a moment to remember clothes aren't just fabric, they are memory, identity, voice. I remember my own grandmother, 92, in a faded green polka dot dress. It had been hers for decades, the fabric worn thin, the elastic at the waist barely holding. But she still wore it when she cooked for the family, when she watched her garden bloom, when she sat beside my grandfather, holding his hand in silence. That dress saw her joy, her grief, her strength. It wasn't just clothing, it was history. And that's what I want to tell you. When you find something that makes you feel beautiful, that moves with you, that holds space for your life, wear it. Often, proudly, with purpose. Because there's nothing frivolous about fashion, especially not for women who've lived. A lot of people like to say fashion is for the young, that once you hit 60, 70, 80, you should dress only for comfort, for practicality, for hiding. But I believe something else entirely. Fashion at this age isn't about hiding, it's about honoring. You're not competing, you're not chasing approval, you're not dressing for a job interview or a date night unless you want to. You're dressing to feel like yourself, and that, in itself, is revolutionary. If a polka dot dress helps you do that, then it is powerful. Now let's talk accessories. Don't underestimate the joy of putting together a full look. You don't need many pieces: a beaded bracelet from a local artisan, a hand-woven bag you picked up at a summer market, a silk scarf in your hair that used to belong to your sister. These aren't trends. These are you. Even shoes tell a story. Canvas flats for gardening, leather boots for walking along gravel roads, sandals that have molded to your step. Every detail adds to the painting of your life. And then there are the smiles, the compliments from strangers, the way someone stops you at the store and says, "That dress is lovely." But more than that, it's the way you see yourself in the mirror, upright, joyful, free. You may be 62, 75, or 81, but you're still here and you still matter, and how you dress can be a way to remind yourself of that every single day. So try it. Stand in front of your closet and ask yourself, does this make me feel alive? Do I want to walk down the lane, into the store, or out into the garden in this? Does it reflect the woman I am now, not the one I used to be, or the one someone told me I should be? You deserve joy in what you wear. You deserve comfort. You deserve color, movement, softness, and beauty. And sometimes, all of that can begin with something as simple as a dress. Let me leave you with this. You are not invisible. You are not past your prime. You are not irrelevant. You are blooming differently. You are unfolding slowly. And you are still absolutely worth noticing. Let your clothes reflect that. Let your dress speak that truth. Let your style be your voice when words fail. And if you ever feel like no one understands what that means, know that here in this space you're seen. If this story touched something inside you, if you found yourself nodding, smiling, or even tearing up a little, subscribe to this channel. There are more stories like this, more voices, more fashion that celebrates you, just as you are. In the next part, we'll explore how to shop smart for timeless dresses, how to identify quality fabric, and how to curate a wardrobe that tells your story without overwhelming your space. Until then, wear something today that makes you feel just a little more like yourself. You've earned that. You always have. Now that you've felt the beauty of this dress in your heart, let's bring it to your hands. Because knowing how to wear something is only part of the story. The other part is knowing how to choose it. Thoughtfully, simply, intentionally. Let's begin with shopping, not mall shopping, not chasing sales and stuffing your closet with fast fashion. I'm talking about mindful, meaningful shopping, the kind that feeds your spirit, not just fills your shelves. The first thing to consider is fabric. For women over 60, comfort isn't optional, it's essential. But comfort doesn't mean sloppy. You want breathable, soft fabrics that move with you. Look for cotton, linen, or lightweight blends. If a dress makes you itch, sweat, or tug at the seams, it's not the right one. The right dress will feel like a second skin. Run your hands over it. Hold it up to the light. Ask yourself, will I want to wear this in 3 years? Not just 3 weeks? Next, pay attention to color. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you should stick to neutrals as you age beiges, grays, and blacks. But color is your friend. Earthy reds, forest greens, warm navy, soft mustard, even lavender and sky blue. These shades echo the landscapes of life and look stunning against mature skin. Polka dots themselves come in every tone imaginable, so don't think you have to stick with classic black and white. Explore bolder combinations: navy with cream, olive with white, deep burgundy with light peach. A single change in color can make the same dress feel entirely new. Let's talk about the cut. Look for a shape that flatters your movement, not just your figure. Empire waists give breathing room. A-line skirts give grace. Off-shoulder styles don't have to bear everything. Many come with subtle sleeves or adjustable elastic. The goal isn't to fit someone else's mold. It's to feel the most like you. Now, let's talk about where to shop. The truth is, the best clothes aren't always found in department stores. They're at local boutiques, at farmers markets, at online shops run by women who sew from their living rooms. They're secondhand, vintage, passed down, discovered, chosen with love. You don't need 20 dresses. You need 2 or 3 that truly make you feel good, that can be layered, that last, that carry your stories. Take inventory of your closet. How many items do you have that you never wear, but keep because you feel like you should? Let them go. Clothes aren't guilt, they're expression. If something doesn't bring you comfort or joy, it's just taking up space where something better could live. Let me tell you about Louise from Michigan. She's 74, with silver curls and a laugh that fills every room. She told me, I used to have 3 closets packed full of clothes, but I wore the same 5 things over and over. One day, I emptied everything. I donated what didn't serve me, and I started over slowly. Now, Louise owns just 15 garments, but every single piece is something she loves. She rotates them through the seasons, mixes and matches, adds scarves and cardigans. She told me getting dressed is no longer stressful, it's sacred. You deserve that same peace, that same joy, a closet that reflects your life now, not your life 10 years ago, a wardrobe that makes space for who you're still becoming. Don't be afraid to rewear things. This isn't about impressing strangers. It's about impressing yourself in the mirror, in your heart. The best outfits are often the simplest ones, worn with pride, worn with memory. If you're wondering where to start, start small. Find one polka dot dress that fits you well. Wear it on a regular Tuesday. See how it feels. See how people smile. See how you smile. Then add a cardigan you love, a pair of flats that don't hurt your feet, a necklace your daughter gave you. Little by little, you're building not just outfits, but a rhythm, a quiet celebration of who you are. And if you've ever been told that fashion isn't for women your age, let me be the first to say that's a lie. Fashion is for every season of life. Just like music, just like love. It adapts, it softens, but it never leaves. In the final part of this series, we'll talk about legacy, about what it means to pass down beauty, about the granddaughter who tries on your dress and twirls in the mirror, about the way your style lives on in the hearts of those who love you. But for now, take a moment. Picture yourself in your favorite place. Maybe it's your garden, your front porch, or the kitchen you've cooked 1,000 meals in. Now picture yourself standing there in a dress that makes you feel light, strong, soft, free. That's what this is about. And if this moment resonated with you, if you felt like someone finally put into words what you've always known in your heart, please subscribe, share it with a friend, leave a comment, not just for me, but for the next woman who needs to feel seen. This is your time. This is your style, and it's never too late to wear something that feels like home. Let's talk about legacy, not the kind written in bank accounts or buildings, but the legacy sewn into fabric, into memories, into the little things we pass down, almost without realizing. Clothes carry memory. When we reach for a dress worn year after year, we are also reaching for moments, birthdays, quiet afternoons, the way the light looked in the garden that summer, the laughter in the kitchen, the hands we held. Maybe your granddaughter will come over one day and open your wardrobe. Maybe she'll pull out that polka dot dress, the one you wore on so many days you loved. She'll hold it up, run her fingers across the fabric and ask, "Grandma, can I try this on?" And when she does, she won't just be trying on a dress, she'll be stepping into a story. Yours? That's the magic of timeless style. It doesn't end. It lingers. It speaks. It becomes a thread woven through generations, one that says, "We don't age out of beauty. We grow into it." You see, your style is part of your voice. And your voice, at this stage in life, carries weight. It carries wisdom. The clothes you choose now aren't just garments. They're messages to your children, to your community, to the world. They say, "I am still here. I still care. I still believe in joy." Let me tell you one more story. Her name was Anita. She was 83 when I met her, sitting on a park bench feeding birds in a navy blue polka dot dress. Her shoes were scuffed. Her hat was tilted slightly to the side. She looked like a woman who'd lived 1,000 lives and still had more to give. I asked her what kept her smiling. She said, "When I get dressed in the morning, I pretend I have somewhere important to go, even if it's just here with the birds. That's how I honor my day. That's how I show up for life." And that's what this dress or any dress you love really does. It's not about being seen by others. It's about seeing yourself. You've spent decades building homes, raising children, nurturing families, supporting friends, and navigating loss. You've survived things no one knows. You've done the work every day of becoming the woman you are now. You deserve to feel good in your skin, in your clothes, in your choices. You deserve softness and strength and style. So as we close this journey together, I want you to ask yourself just one thing. Not what's in fashion or what do people expect me to wear, but this. What makes me feel alive? If it's a polka dot dress, wear it. If it's bold earrings, wear them. If it's red lipstick on a Tuesday afternoon, wear it. Let your style be a celebration, not a compromise. And don't wait for permission. You don't need it. You are the permission. You are the example someone younger is watching. You are the story someone is learning to tell for themselves. So wear the dress. Wear it with joy, with memory, with movement, with pride. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for honoring yourself, for listening, for remembering that beauty doesn't fade, it deepens. If this journey spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel. We're building a community of women who see each other, who lift each other, who celebrate age not as an ending, but as a new beginning. There are more stories to come, more style, more soul, and we want you to be a part of it. Until next time, may your days be light, your clothes be soft, and your heart be wide open. You are not alone. You are still glowing, and you are just getting started.